Well, hello, this is John from Bulgaria, an expat who's been out here 9 years and reveling in it. Oh, I'm sorry for just having these on. It looks like someone shot me between the eyes, Terminator style, a big red dot I don't want you to see. Anyway, Network, 1976, the famous scene, the newscaster live on air says to people, "You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being, god damn it. My life has value. I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore." Well, a lot of people are saying that now, especially during this COVID crisis. People locked up in their houses in Australia 23 hours a day, not allowed out more than 5 kilometres away from their front door. Pretty much a maximum security dungeon, an open air prison. Here, open spaces. I can go where I want, when I want, for as long as I want. Yes, I have to wear masks in shops, but outside, the cafe culture that's always been here carries on as normal, so life feels like it always has. Watching the news on YouTube and on the mainstream networks from around the world, looks like people in those countries are living on another planet. COVID marshals, snoopers, "Hey you, social distance, come on." Getting paid $30,000 a year to tell people what they can and can't do. Like the East German Stasi, almost. By all means, protect the vulnerable, the people who are always falling prey to the bad strains of flu, but don't lock everyone else up. Shut down the whole global economy, put millions of people out of work. Business owners watching their hard-earned companies, hard-worked-for companies fold through no fault of theirs. By a government that says, well, yeah, some businesses aren't going to come back, but what can you do? Well, it's all right for them. They haven't lost out anything. They'll probably end up with a knighthood or a peerage. Ordinary people aren't so lucky. So that's one of the reasons I'm glad to be here, and I don't see any likelihood of me returning to live in the UK anytime soon. So why live here? Well, you can buy a house for €15,000, £14,000. For the same kind of money you can buy an apartment up in the mountains in the ski areas. Fantastic facilities. You pay €10 a square metre for your apartment, so if you've got a 1-bedroom place, it will cost you €700, and for that's your share of the upkeep of the spa, the sauna, the steam room, gymnasium, an indoor and outdoor pool. That's your share of the electric bill, council tax, all included in that amount of money. The rest of the time you're on your own. You've got Greece an hour away, Turkey similar distance depending on what part of the country you're in, and it's freedom, real freedom. So for 15 grand, like, what can you get for that back home? A car? A decent, half decent second-hand car maybe? Certainly not get anywhere to live. So if you're what's demographically the most miserable age group in the UK, that's people of 50 to 65. I know I don't look it, but I am 54. This is an ideal place to cash in your house that's probably worth a nice tidy sum, maybe 200 to 300,000, maybe more. And you've only got a small amount of money left on the mortgage, but what can you do with that? If you bought somewhere else, that money would disappear towards the cost of the new place and you're in the same situation again. Negative equity release. Equity release? Pay back the company who's given you some money back on your property 4 times what you've actually released. That's the average. Borrow 10,000 out of your house equity, you pay them back 40. Why would you do that when you could potentially sell your house, bank the equity, come out here and live like royalty for the rest of your life? Free to travel, minimal bills, just freedom, sheer unadulterated freedom. It's alright for me to say that, I suppose. I've been here 9 years, but I'm being honest about it. It's been the best time of my life. If you're single and you're fed up with the dating online apps that are usually offering fake profiles from liars who are already in relationships and just want a bit on the side, get away from that. Meet like-minded people out here. I've heard plenty of occasions where people have met others and have forged long-lasting happy relationships. If you're still young at heart but can't bear the idea of working till you drop, well, again, I quit working at 45. 9 years, pretty much to the week, that I've had to work for an employer. And it's a very nice feeling to not be beholden to somebody else telling you what you can and can't do, when you can have your holidays and when you can't. And if you don't like it, you know where the door is. Well, I did discover where the door was, and I've never looked back. So, I'm now going to take you, oh, here we are, we're coming into the little village of Krumovo. Slow down to 50 km/h. And you'll see some places that look rather nice and a few rather more dilapidated houses, but what the hell? If the roof doesn't leak, keeps you warm at night in the winter, what more do you want? I'm going to take you to Yam